are with University of Chicago, the winning team in their game against Gustavus Adolphus, a 4-1 victory over the Gusties, the Maroons winning and advancing on in the NCAA tournament. I have with me today Sylvia Mikos and Shiana Guo. I'll just start. First of all, the conditions that you guys played in today. And I'm assuming most of your games this spring have been indoors. So what was it like playing in these conditions, and how did that affect what you had to do? Sylvia, I'll start with you.
I think it's difficult, but it's also difficult for both sides of the net. So I think when you reframe your mindset and you think about what you can do better, because both players are dealing with the wind and the conditions, it starts to get a lot easier on court. And so I think for a whole team, when we got into the match, our coaches were just telling us to prioritize hitting through the middle, being deep, being aggressive, but not going for any big shots and hitting with big margins. I think that we all did that pretty well. Doubles was a rocky start, but yeah, I think after doubles, we regrouped, and after regrouping, we all did a little bit better with that going into our singles matches.
Yeah, and I want to carry on with that conversation. First, getting back to the wind, then I want to talk about then going into doubles and all that as well. Is it harder against the wind or with the wind in those conditions, or is it about the same?
Well, I think the first thing is just to be smart and realize that you can't play the same way on both sides.
Right.
So I feel like when I initially started hitting, I was hitting, super aggressive on one side against the wind, which is what you're supposed to do. But then when we switched sides, I tried doing the same thing. And obviously the balls were sailing. And so I think the first thing is to really understand that what side you're on really makes a difference. And you have to play smart and make that change. For me personally, I like playing with the wind because you don't have to hit it as hard. You can really just work on hitting it smooth, and the ball will really move for you with the wind. I think when you're playing against the wind, you really are putting in all your effort, and sometimes the ball doesn't really even go anywhere, and the other person has an easier shot, even with all your effort. And so I think it really depends, but the first thing is really just understanding that you have to change your game between sides.
Okay. And then Sylvia mentioned falling behind in the doubles play there. Either one of you can answer this. So, first of all, how often have you guys lost the doubles match to open it up? Has that happened a lot this season?
I wouldn't say go for it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say a lot, but we don't let that discourage us. I think that our team does a really good job of bouncing back after losing the doubles point. And I think what's different this year in that doubles only counts for one big point. It makes it that much easier to come back, and we have a really strong singles lineup, so it doesn't necessarily discourage us, but we definitely reframe, reset, and try our best to forget about it going into singles.
Yesterday we kind of talked about, not really going and scouting other teams and this and that. From what I understand, you guys won't know your opponent, I believe, the way the brackets lay out until tomorrow, because I think it's a Sunday match that'll determine your next round opponent. So potentially WashU could be one of them. Does it matter really at this point then, moving on, who you guys are playing?
I don't think it does. I think we've played a lot of great tournaments this year. We've played a lot of great opponents this year. We've had a lot of great matches, very close matches. I think every opponent that's going to be in California is going to be super strong. All the teams are super strong this year, and I think it's really up to us to play smart, really grind, really fight for every spot on the lineup. And it doesn't matter who we're playing or where we're playing. Usually I tell myself we're not playing NCAAs, we're not playing national indoors, UAAs in the past. We're just playing the ball. It doesn't matter where we are, who we're playing.
And to add on to that, I think tennis is a bit different at U Chicago, maybe compared to other schools, in that we don't have a watching party for when the brackets come out. So I think I can speak for some of the team when I say that some people don't know who we're playing, even coming out for the match day. Some people were not aware of who we're playing. It's truly up to us and our effort and our competitiveness to go out and to compete. And so we really don't prioritize who's on the other side of the net. I think that'll change, obviously, as we go to California and we travel and we see all the schools that are there. But for the most part, I think our team does a really good job of focusing on ourselves and not our opponents.
So how do you guys feel about making it on to this next round here in the next phase of the tournament? You know, knowing what you guys went through last season and then kind of rounding into shape again and making that next level. Are you guys excited? What would you say your mood is right now for yourselves and the team?
I think we're all excited. I mean, I can speak for Shannon and I. This is our last year traveling and competing at NCAA, so I think it makes it all that much more special. But I think it's always exciting. We're a very competitive team at heart, and I think we're excited and we embrace the competitiveness of NCAAs in the final Elite Eight. So I think that, yeah, we're really excited to play some of the top teams in the country for D3 tennis.
How are you feeling about that, Gianna?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so excited. Like Sil said, like we're seniors, so this is our last time playing. This is our last time being a doubles pairing. It's very sentimental, but I'm so excited. Like, I know that once I graduate, you know, working in corporate, you're not gonna have this opportunity to play this amazing sport with some of your closest friends and really like scream at the top of your lungs. So I think that, you know, this is the last opportunity to do that, and I'm just super excited.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Sylvia Mikos and Gianna Guo. Good luck in the tournament.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.